Hello everybody and welcome to episode 40. 40? We've done 40 of these things? Episode 40 of Cracked Peg. I'm your host, Andro6657. Alright guys, on today's episode we're going to be talking about Rock Lords. That's right, the Rock Lords. Don't know who the Rock Lords are? You're with a lot of other people who don't know. They were actually a spin-off of the GoBots. If you don't know who the GoBots are, think Kmart Transformer. Anyways, instead of being a vehicle that turned into a robot, or vice versa, Rock Lords were actually, you guessed it, rocks that turned into robots. And vice versa. They came out in 1986 after the movie GoBots Battle of the Rock Lords. So, obviously there was some GoBot versus bad Rock Lord people fighting there. Because there was a bad faction of Rock Lords led by Magmar, and there was a good faction of the Rock Lords led by Boulder. Now, there were also a couple of different vehicles that they rode in, which is kind of ridiculous too, because they're just robots. Why would they need vehicles to get them places faster? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Otherwise, there was also Jewel Lords, and you guessed it, those were jewels that turned into robots and vice versa. And they also had some pets, and there was a couple of other things that were in, around. There were like thing called shock action things that spewed out stuff. Well, just the robot parts. But anyways, there was a couple. It was only made for 3 seasons, I do believe. They had their own show too. And if you remember back to Toy Story 3, I think he's only in Toy Story 3. There's a robot, or there's a rock guy there named Chunk. If you remember back, think. His little orangey guy with a turny face, his face turns. And he's actually based on Rock Lords. So, there you go. It's kind of made its way into mainstream culture. And even some of the Transformers did fight some of the Rock Lords in there, if you read their biographies from the movies. But it's kind of really detailed stuff. But also, speaking of the Masters of the Universe, I know it wasn't, but still, they actually had their own rock people too, and it's kind of discrepancy. I'm not sure which one actually came out first. Was the rock people of the Masters of the Universe came out first, or people with the Rock Lords and the GoBots, did those come out first? Because from what I get, it's Masters of the Universe was 85 and She-Ra, and GoBots was actually 86. So I'm not exactly sure. It doesn't seem like Masters of the Universe would come out with that first, because they never had anything transforming before. Like, why would they have something now that's transforming? But anyways, they were known as the Rock People. They came from a whole race of Rock People, and they kind of flew down to planet Eternia. And there was Rock-On, and like his father figure, Stone-Dar, and then there was a girl who was kind of green and Margaretite or something of that nature. But anyways, they were in an episode of She-Ra, and they were like pretty lucky because they kind of just fell off space into She-Ra and He-Man's world, and they just were kind of like, hey, we just happen to be looking for you. But anyways, that's your little short history of the Rock Lords, Jewel Lords, and Rock People of Masters of the Universe. In other news, I am still working on new Rumblers. Still Rey Mysterio, still Zack Ryder, still CM Punk. That is taken, though. Somebody has acquired that. Once it be done, I also have Owen Hart, another Owen Hart in the works, and I have another, a Patriot. I've never made Patriot before, but I do have Jeff Hardy also that I'm going to get started pretty soon. Hopefully I'll finish that really soon, because it's just Jeff Hardy. But anyways, what else do we have going on? Oh, I also picked up the Tramp. If you remember from a couple of episodes back, I was talking about this action figure. It's from the Dick Tracy line, and this toy actually got recalled by a pastor actually called for the recall of this action figure, saying it gave the homeless a bad image and a bad name. Because apparently you could smell the Tramp coming a mile away, and he lives in the sewers. And I guess it's bad to have, crummy shoes, or your toe falls out, and you have to tape this one up, and have patches on your clothes, so you can't buy new clothes. And they're all torn up too. But a great addition to the collection. I do want to get a lot more band figures. I think Beetlejuice is on that list, along with a couple of other rare and unique figures. If I could get some, Osama bin Laden figure or something like that too. I know there's a lot of band figures. I do talk a lot about them, and this was on one of my earlier lists. So there's one, the Tramp. Also to add to my collection, I've been wanting one of these for a very, very long time, and actually kind of just broke down and bought it. It is the Mask Raven Corvette, and if you don't know what Mask is, I have talked about it before on the show, but just to review, it was kind of like Transformers and G.I. Joe mixed together. There was actually a character that would go inside this car, right here, and both these doors opened up, so you can see the mask. The stickers on this one was still pretty good. So, there's a figure that goes in there, and basically there were a regular, elite group of, military experts, but when they put their masks on, their cars could transform, or I think it was like a dual thing, and you can do this like here. See, that's still crisp. I like that. So this stuff would happen, and then this is, once they're in mask mode, so all the cool stuff happens. You can actually flip this around too. Is that flipping? There you go. And now this becomes some kind of like awesomely cool hovercraft, because it's a Raven, Raven. But hopefully I'll get Calhoun Burns in there pretty soon too, and add this to my awesome collection of cool stuff. But other than that, oh yeah, sorry, I was getting a little sidetracked with my car. We also have Slash from the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but he is an older looking variant that I am making him in that same style though. But I did a lot of sculpting on this. I mean, I'm making this for myself. I'm going to keep this, but I want it, pretty accurate. So I'm going through, and I know you can't see it, but there's like a little skull and crossbones on each side of this belt. I sculpted the little center part of the belt and the little tassels that come off. I mean, I sculpted all this stuff. Sculpted the little claws here and this little band part, and these elbow pads are also sculpted with the spikes too. Sculpted the whole back of the shell. Sculpted this new nose and mouth, opened up a little bit more. I jacked up all these teeth. It hurt my hands so much to do all these teeth. Fixed the bandana, more of a Slashy style. Fixed that eye. I've seen some customs that people have been done with this figure already. I tell you, a lot of them look like they're slacking a whole lot. They're just some repaints, And I know I haven't even painted the skin on this guy yet, so I'm taking my time, but I'm trying to get it finished. It's also just for myself, so anyways. But don't forget, guys, holler at your boy. Customize most of your toys. If you have some cool toys that are, collectible and vintage, don't customize them. Not just yet. Sell them to me if I want them. If not, if I can't get them, then go ahead and customize them. But anyways, holla at your boy. Customize some toys. I'm your boy Andro6657, and I will see you later. Also, for you guys who wanted to know what happened at the wrestling show that I had to referee at, things got pretty crazy and pretty hardcore. As you can tell by my referee shoes, they are filled with thumbtacks. There was no shortage of thumbtacks in the ring that night. I think there's also some somebody's hair is on one of those thumbtacks too. So I'm not sure if it's Too Tough Tony, THW champion, or well, he doesn't have hair, so it's probably Ruben Steele's hair or one of the other, or one of his partners. Those are my shoes. And here's my gloves. These are gloves that I use to grab barbed wire with. And amazingly, they got, you know, thumbtacks in them. They're in there, you know. It's not like it's, you know. And they did invite me back for another show, so I am grateful for that. But they told me to get goggles for next time, so I'm not sure if they're doing more stuff with light bulbs and that type of thing or not. But I'm up for anything, so go ahead and always get in contact with me if you need a referee in the San Antonio area. I will referee for cheap. And if you're a promoter, you know what cheap is. So, anyways, thanks guys. Bye.